So everything is rolling. Feel free to start whenever, Sir Miles. Totally gonna use that as the intro.
This episode sponsored by...
Now you can't. Hello, friends, buddies, guys. And welcome to the Canada Arc. My name is Miles, and I am here as the representative of the United States of America in a place that is not my home or native land, but it is Canada, Canada. Hello, this is Quest for the Best.
And you like Canada that much, huh?
This is Quest for the Best.
I'm Tristan.
I'm Miles.
I'm Geoff.
And we're going to find the best anime of all time.
And we were supposed to say that it was Quest for the Best after.
Take two.
Take two!
I liked all of that. I want
No, I like all of that too. We're keeping it.
And this is Quest for the
Best. The third time. Fourth time. We're very professional.
This is going to date our when we're getting comments and releasing videos, but I really appreciate that one comment being like, I love how this podcast has no concern for commercial appeal whatsoever.
Because we don't.
I like the one where it's like, oh, Geoff's talking about a video that he's working on really hard that was 2 months ago. He must have been working on that video for a long time.
Yeah, no, that was in the Pasko episode. You went on a bit of a monologue on a video you were working on.
Yeah.
And you had already released it by the time the Pasko episode went up.
I'm sure I'm going to do that more.
We're all going to do, well, not you.
Me. Yeah.
Not you. You might go on a monologue later about some interesting survey data that you've pulled.
No, I'm very good at keeping things timeless. I'm timeless.
Okay.
He's Tristan. Go ahead.
He's Miles. He's Geoff. And this is Quest for the Best. That is intro number 4. We should probably get to the question of the week.
Today's question of the week. What is the first anime we ever dropped? And that's from
Ryan Mel.
Ryan from YouTube. Tristan, you want to kick us off?
The problem with that is that when you start talking about firsts, then I start thinking, all right, is that like when I was in high school? And I don't know if I remember, because if I dropped it, I don't give a crap about it.
What's the first one you logged on My Anime List is dropped? Because you were using My Anime List in high school. I
could look it up.
You could literally look it up.
I don't like list stuff that hard, but like I can say with a fair amount of confidence that it was Naruto.
I just never watched Naruto.
And you know, partly that has to do with the broadcast, like running out of episodes and going back, but like partly that has to do with what we were talking about in the filler conversation many years ago.
Decades. Eons ago.
Which is Naruto gets real bad. It might have also been Bleach after the Soul Society. I forget whether Naruto got to the pre-Shippuden filler before Bleach got to.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, I would have dropped Naruto between Naruto and Shippuden. I went back and read the manga much later, but I only learned what happens in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden from playing various Naruto video games, which frankly I think is a better way to experience that story than the anime. But
do you know what's really messed up?
What?
My answer is identical beat for beat.
Because of course it is.
I dropped the anime during all the fillers, and then I found out the story from
the video
games.
Which video? Okay, so was it Clash of Ninja?
So it was the Clash of Ninja series. The thing is, they weren't my games; they were my. I was done with Naruto. I had said goodbye to Naruto, and my brother still liked it. So I played the games with him, and I would find out story beats from that.
You found out like oh, okay, so this is what happened with Sasuke and all that. And then he had those new friends that he was traveling with for a while. Yeah. I also I watched a lot of Naruto out of order. So I ended up because it was just on TV, right? So I ended up picking up the actual order of the story from the Naruto Rise of a Ninja games on Xbox 360, which if you don't know, were an Ubisoft sandbox Naruto game, literally made by Ubisoft. It actually didn't have the Ubi Towers or a lot of other things, but Ubisoft.
That would be good in a Naruto game, though.
It would actually be really good. But I mean, they had some other good stuff like
Things to collect. I love things to collect.
there are things to collect. You actually collect friends in
I too like playing Banjo-Kazooie.
but like literally you're trying to like make everybody in Konoha your friend. That is the like
That's very actually good. So the crazy thing is, I went to college, and I'm like, I'm going to try Naruto again because everyone in college told me you should read Shippuden. You should really understand why so many people still love this. Because I had felt so strongly, and then it honestly felt bad to like leave
Fall
Naruto
off of it,
behind.
yeah.
And then I got to like chapter 500, and I like threw down my laptop. I was so mad. For slight Naruto spoilers, like this is like at this point, this is like spoiling like Tale of Two Cities. Chapter 500, Naruto and Sasuke are revealed to be distant cousins, fated to be like enemies. And
I thought you were about to say lovers, and I'm like, yep.
Fated for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I was so fundamentally insulted by that. Like that, the whole point of Naruto, the whole thesis of the first half of Naruto is it's about not who you are, but who you make yourself. It's not about your background. It's about what you do with the time you have on this planet.
It doesn't matter if you're a Skywalker or not. You still are a Force user.
That is exactly that.
Yeah.
So I dropped Naruto famously twice in very profound fashion, and I did pick it up again and finish it.
Yeah, I mean, that is like that is kind of like a really bad point in the story. I know a lot of people really love Shippuden, but like
No, they just like Daedra.
but I mean, yeah, Deidara. Like the thing is, the first like half of Shippuden is like the most you can feel Kishimoto making this up as he goes along storytelling of like the whole thing.
Yeah.
When the Akatsuki like reveal their secret motivations to like create a war economy, they're Metal Gear Solid villains, like literally Metal Gear Solid villains. They're like, we're going to create a perpetual war economy, and we're going to be the mercenaries who make all the money and rule the world from the shadow with our mercenary operations. And then it's like, oh no, never mind. We're trying to resurrect ancient goddess thing.
Which also seems pretty Metal Gear Solid.
Which is also pretty different Metal Gear Solid, though. But like,
what a lot of Boruto feels like to me too. To be honest, like Boruto's very much not that, but it feels like that in the moment. And it's only when you step back and you're like, oh no, I guess this has been planned out the whole time. There's one other thing before we get to your My Anime List. Actual result is, and I'll save it for the episode we do about it.
Yeah.
Gurren Lagann. I dropped it after the time skip.
I can see that.
Because I was watching week to week as it was coming out, and I'm like, I was really into it, and then, episode 6 happens, and then I wasn't into it, and then I struggled on for 5 more episodes, and I said, I don't like anything that's happening here, and I stopped. I went back to it not too long later, and I'll tell that story when we do the Gurren Lagann episode.
Cool.
okay.
That would have been more interesting than what I found out. I found out what my first drop thing, and it is super boring. So back when I was in high school, there was an action series called Shakugan no Shana that was just localized in North America as Shana. Wasn't that. Watched all of that.
I was about to say, I thought you loved Shana.
However, there was also for every season, or at least the first 2 seasons of Shana, a side shibi show.
Love those.
And so Shakugan no Shana Tan second is the first thing on my anime list that I have dropped. And I can't even tell you why. It was probably just I watched a few and I was like, I'm okay. And then I'm just organizing my list and I just hit drop on it.
What's the second thing you dropped? You have the power.
That's a more important, that's not even like a drop, really. That's just like skipping the post-credit scene.
Sola.
What?
Sola? Oh, I vaguely remember this existing.
Oh, man.
I watched 6 out of 13 episodes.
Good for you.
That looks like the kind of thing that a fan of key anime
would have tried to watch and then dropped it. Yes,
Yeah.
precisely.
The shocking thing is you made it to episode 4.
I made it episode 6.
No, I know, but like in high school, Tristan, I can see you very hardcore 3-episode rule for things.
I didn't actually develop the 3-episode rule until much later.
Yeah, Tristan, if I remember correctly, you were like,
I will watch anything.
you would watch literally anything anime.
Yeah, it was around the time that I started doing YouTube that I started developing the 3-episode rule, if for only because I needed a way to because I had a lot more access to things. In high school, because I didn't have streaming and downloading was absolute garbage, despite doing it, because I downloaded all of Hack Sign at like 240p just to watch it. But like once I got out of high school and actually had a decent computer that could stream or not stream, but actually play video media properly, then I had too much choice, and that's when I started needing a reason to have a 3-episode rule. Because in high school, it's like, what do we got?
Yeah, what do you
got?
get? Like,
I will watch anything.
I remember back in high school watching Black Cat just because
Black Cat
is
is
accessible. But I mean, it did end up being really good. But like, it was literally
You wouldn't
like,
have gotten there otherwise.
It was. Yeah, I watched Black Cat. Actually, I don't think there was ever a point where I was like really that down bad for literally any anime to watch. I would just play a video game if I didn't have good anime to watch.
I mean, that's what I also did, because that was back in the time where I could dump like 80 to 100 hours into a PS2 RPG and be perfectly fine. Can't do that nowadays.
What was it? Netflix started in like 2005 doing the streaming thing.
Yeah.
And so my family had been like very big into the Netflix disc world. And so like we had 2 discs at a time, and one of them I was able to use one of them at all times.
Nice.
So I got some really weird stuff, and I downloaded my whole history. But I could see it if you go on Netflix, or you used to be able to this, download an Excel sheet with everything you've ever watched on Netflix and the date you watched it.
Oh wow!
And so I like did that, and I see in 2005 and 6, I'm watching all these weird foreign films, because people don't remember this. When Netflix started streaming, streaming was not a thing for many years after that point.
Yeah.
So the only things they had licenses for were like weird foreign films. Like they had a bunch of Giannis films stuff, like a whole catalog of that. And so I just went crazy. It was great. And that's what I did when I can watch anime, is I'd just like go watch a French movie on Netflix before people watch Netflix for anything. That is an airplane.
It is an airplane.
That is an airplane,
buddy.
We're near an airport.
You're not my buddy, friend.
So as you
You're not my friend, guy.
So as you may be noticing right now, we are in the land of Canada, the land of the almost free,
The land of the absolutely free.
the land of just above freedom.
The land of the people with actual free speech.
We're having a great time in Canada. This is my first time, and during this Canada arc, I will be exploring some of the finest Canadian cuisine and some of the not so fine Canadian.
At some point, yes.
And
We have yet to drag him to a Hortons of Tim.
but it will happen. I will.
And eventually you will have bits of Tim.
Yeah.
I will
mean,
try.
actually, if we, oh God, that's going to be so disappointing for you.
Yeah, no.
Especially because I've had the Glaswegian ones.
Yeah, he's had the Glasgow
You had,
version.
like still good Tim Hortons as opposed to,
Or at least moderately better Tim
Yeah, I
Hortons.
mean,
if
like-
he wants good Tim Hortons, we got to drive to Hamilton.
or just go to McDonald's.
Not for donuts.
Hamilton?
No,
for the coffee.
yeah.
For the coffee.
'cause-
Yeah.
'cause-
Oh yeah, they ruined our coffee. The McDonald's coffee in America is no good anymore.
Yeah, no, it's garbage.
not?
It just tastes like water.
Okay.
McDonald's coffee here is actually
Yeah,
reasonably
McDonald's
good.
coffee here is what Tim Hortons coffee used to be.
While we're in Canada, we're going to be together. We're
Yes.
going to be at the con a little bit.
Anime North?
We've got Anime North. We're
Dating this episode immediately.
I mean,
I know.
we date
I
it
know.
inherently by the
By
premise
saying that
of
we're
the-
here.
Yeah.
Because now Miles is here, which means it is a great day for Canada and therefore the world.
And with that, let's move on to our side quest for the week.
What are we doing?
Which is a question our side quest is.
Okay, yeah, so
Why are we here? You ever wonder why we're here?
generally speaking, we don't know roughly when this episode is going to go out. We don't know how many episodes are going to be out by this time, whether we end up moving things around due to a variety of reasons, but we're close to-ish 10 episodes of the podcast. Whether this is episode 10, that is for you to know and for us to find out later. And because we're a couple of episodes in now, we wanted to take a little bit of time to figure out a lot of the questions that we just kind of kept pushing as far as how the list itself is going to work. Because we've talked so far about we're building this list. We're trying to have the 100 greatest anime of all time. And it's like, okay, well, we're roughly been saying, hey, this is going to go on the list. Yes, no. And then maybe this will be like top 10 or what have you. But does that mean that we want to, for the time being, make temporary lists that we just add to every episode and be like, okay, well, obviously Vampire Hunter D is going to be above Cromartie High School or something like that?
Is that obvious?
Yes. So we keep having conversations and then we've realized, let's just save it for the pod.
Yeah.
Part of the reason that this podcast exists in the first place
Yes.
is because we were already having these calls every week about the best anime of all time and just as an exercise for fun to do between friends. And we thought,
and play the Mines of Moria Minecraft knockoff game.
I want to get back to that as soon as we can.
We should. We gotta go back into the mines. We long for the mines.
I yearn.
Is it yearn or long?
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie, and neither have either of you.
Which movie?
Seinfeld? I yearn, George. This is all to say,
Yes.
questions like, are the movies separate?
Yeah.
Is a question that we have, one of the biggest questions, because when we made our tentative
initial list, we
last year,
did separate them. Yes.
so like we all have 100 TV shows, and then all of us have like between 30 and 50 movies as well.
In general, though, I would say we shouldn't, if for no other reason than I don't want to make two separate lists.
I also wanted one list, but the thing is, we haven't talked about this because we keep saying save it for the pod. So
Yeah.
Now we're here.
So I feel like we either should separate it,
Okay.
or we need to like lump things together in some capacity.
well, we can
So
lump
like
things.
when we were talking
Like
about
Pat
Pat
Labor.
Labor,
Yeah, like
and you wanted to
I-
lump together Pat Labor 1, 2 OVA.
I think Pat Labor OVA as a universe should be one thing, right? And I mean, like Pat Labor 2 is a very singularly good movie.
Yes.
Right? I would argue that if we're talking about singularly good Mamoru Oshii entries in franchises, we should save that for things that probably aren't going to go on the list themselves, like Urusei Yatsura, Beautiful Dreamer, where that, we're probably just going to talk about that movie and say you should watch the movie. You don't
And not
necessarily have to watch.
Urusei Yatsura.
I mean, people should still watch
You
Urusei
should
Yatsura.
still watch Urusei
but-
Yatsura.
And I mean, you could argue that
I would.
Urusei is top 100.
It's. I'm pretty sure it's on my list. Yeah.
like the OG?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the remake?
I haven't watched the remake.
I've watched like one episode of
It seems great. I mean, I watched one episode of Ranma, and I'm like, this seems great.
Yeah, so maybe that's a bad example, right? But
But that's still very much, to me, those are two separate, very separate.
Beautiful Dreamer is very separate from. But I would say that like Pat Labor 2, like you can watch it without watching the other Pat Labors, but it also makes the most sense narratively as an evolution of what's happening in all the other Pat Labors.
Let me put it this way. I'd like to do it on a case-by-case basis, and it does make sense to combine where possible.
Okay.
I'd almost combine all of Pat Labor except for Pat Labor 2 into one chunk. But like the moment you put Pat Labor 2 in, and then you're putting Pat Labor 3 in, and then Mini Pato in, Mini Pato is great. But like Pat Labor 3 brings down the average quite a bit.
Yes.
Right?
No, but you can just have a ranking of different Pat Labor OVAs
we can
within
explain
that
ourselves,
segment of the
This is where Pat Labor goes, and then within Pat Labor, there's a mini Pat Labor list.
So
like hypothetically, if this was a book, you could have sub articles within the book for each part of the
Sections and chapters.
So my dear buddy pal friends.
Yes.
Guys.
I offer you two choices. One, Pat Labor is kept separate. Option 2, Pat Labor is top 10.
Like all of Pat Labor?
Yeah, just Pat Labor.
I think that's valid. I'm like,
Okay. Well, then that kind of leads into the other question of, are we going to do like, all right, this is where it is now, and then as we find more things, they will go above or below existing things on the list.
I think that's probably the best way to do it. You know, just to have our living list of what we've done.
Yeah.
I stick on should movies be separate though, right? Because like
One Piece Movie 6 is something that comes to mind. Where One Piece, no, I'm serious.
Okay.
One Piece Movie 6 is the Hosoda one. And it is so different. It's basically in the same way that Beautiful Dreamer is just using the
different from-
puppets.
is
the
it
characters as
Hosoda's
puppets.
best movie, would you say?
It's my favorite of his.
Okay.
His best is definitely War Game.
Which are War Game?
The first original R War Game. The only one that matters, Geoff.
I mean the Louis Vuitton
Digimon
commercial?
R War Game.
If there's no Angela Anaconda in the opening sequence, this is a real Ken episode.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is the real debate.
But I don't want it.
I don't. I really don't.
It does need to be a case-by-case basis. I almost wonder if there's more utility to like an outside viewer or reader or what have you in like a top 25 or 50 movies and then a top 100 TV anime. Are we making this for people who want good TV shows to watch? Are we making it for people who want good movies and TV shows to watch?
I thought we were just making it for people who wanted good anime.
to watch.
Well, no, we're making it for ourselves.
We're making it for ourselves.
Yeah.
The people are us. That's
But I mean,
what we're doing.
but at some point we have to give a value add to the people who will be reading the list. So
And have to sit through about 800 hours of us to get to that point.
yeah, but like then I'm also trying to think of like if we go back to bunching things together. When we get the things like Ghost in the Shell.
yeah, that's
Ghost in the Shell 95 is very different from Standalone Complex, which is
And
very
they're
different
both worse
from
than Innocence.
which is very different from Arise.
I mean, you can bunch Gits 95 and Innocence together.
You could bunch 95
Yeah,
and
that's
Innocence
fine.
together.
That's like a really good duology of
Yes.
films, actually. And then like
But I would
Soon to be trilogy, maybe.
oh yeah.
But
I
I
don't
would
believe
be
it happened.
No, I would.
But,
I would not want to then bunch 95 and Innocence with
but they're a
with
different
Standalone
timeline.
Complex.
That's like Pat Labor TV should be separate from Pat Labor OVA, and I think we should do a Pat Labor TV episode, even if it's not on the list, because I
Give
want
us an excuse to watch Pat Labor
I want to
TV.
watch Pat Labor TV.
I
with
want to
you guys.
rewatch Pat Labor
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
Pat Labor TV is great.
Gits Classic and Gits Sack are two very different experiences,
I'm
right?
sorry. I just love the thing saying that out loud.
Gits Sack.
Get sack. I see it like it's just one of my favorite anime. It's probably
Spoilers.
I know. It might be like in our initial list. I think I'm the one that has sack the highest of the three of us.
in
I'm
your
not.
top 10 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if not,
Just shy of it,
shy
yeah.
of the top 10. But I see it written down as get sacked so often that once you say it out loud, you're like, that's hilarious.
But,
that is
yeah.
so juvenile, and I love it.
And that does lead to an interesting question, right?
Yes.
Because they're different timelines,
Yes,
right?
they are. And so is Arise. And
Yeah, but we're not.
we're not talking
we're
about
not-
Arise.
What about
Arise is not Arise.
2045? 2045.
2045 is part of SAC, technically.
Yeah, but 2045 is not. I mean, actually, 2045 has its moments.
I've heard
Okay,
good
2045.
2045 could be like a footnote in the SAC
2040
section.
yes, it's one of those, like, I think that SAC and Second Gig, which is its second season, is one big thing, even though they are slightly separate. It is a
I
continuation.
mean, it's basically like a 2-core split
Essentially.
season, except 24 episodes instead of
24 episodes. Second season has a little bit better production values and a lot of different things, but they are basically one package.
Yeah.
2045 technically is a third package, but it's like, well, now it's 3D animation instead of 2D. But other than that, like
It's
all
no
of the creative
Psychopaths
stuff, it's no Psychopaths. It's flat out. I mean, 2045 has its moments, as we mentioned, but I'm fine with pretending it doesn't exist sometimes.
So
Yeah, it can be a footnote, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like you can be like, oh, there's this extra season if you're interested.
Yeah, if
but
you're
it's
already
not as good as the other
No,
stuff.
if you're already a diehard fan of SAC and Gits, then sure. But generally speaking, I wouldn't recommend it unless you've already watched the other two and love them a lot.
So Geoff, you mentioned 100 TV anime and like OVAs or whatever, and then 50 movies or OVAs, whichever category OVAs fit into better of the two as we see them. Sounds really good to me, but I really like also the brevity of saying the 100 best anime of all time.
across
Yeah.
everything.
The
Yeah.
other challenge here is that makes me want to agree with that is that when I think of if you have someone in North America saying, what are the best anime of all time?
Yeah.
They are thinking of anime as TV. They're thinking of shows. They're not thinking of movies. And the other challenge is if I think of the best anime of all time, I just think all movies. Like if I combined my movie list and my TV list, which I didn't for just my own mental sanity's sake, it would be basically my movie list, and then it would start with like Kaiba and the rest on for TV.
Yeah, you might have like Shirobako up there.
Just like in the 30s or something.
No, Shirobako. I think Shirobako.
He's dropped it, surprisingly.
Shirabako's been at the same place in my top 10 for like 5 years.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, for 5 years.
No,
but
maybe
compared
even
to
10. No.
but compared to before.
No, even when the year
it
Shirobako...
used to be like your number one.
No, the year it came out, it wasn't my number one.
No?
No, that was Sunnyphonium. Literally the year it came out, it wasn't my... Like, it meant the most to me,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like...
I saw your desk at Crunchyroll. That thing was filled with Shirobako, not for sound UFO.
Just so
I had some
just so y'all know, one of Miles's personal goals in life.
No, it's not a goal. It's already accomplished.
It's already okay.
I just
you
need to
haven't
memorialize
yet submitted it to the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes, I am.
Miles
We need to tell
owns
them.
the largest collection of Shirobako merchandise in the world.
I showed a picture of my collection
And it's not even in his top 10.
10 years ago to the
What a
head of
fake
merchandising at PA Works. So I showed a picture of my collection like 10 years ago to the head of merchandising at PA Works.
Yes.
And he's like, where did you get this? Like his eyes were just like wide as hell. He could not fathom
That you actually had everything.
that I had basically everything they had ever put out, but also that I got it somehow all the way to California
Yeah.
That is crazy.
without speaking Japanese. Which makes things a lot easier normally.
Yeah.
So to bring it back, like
Yes.
because you're right, like Miles, you would rank movies above everything, right?
That's because I like good art. And so art is usually better served in 2-hour slices, not 6 and 8.
I disagree. I think that it's served differently.
Okay, what's the best Steinbeck novel? Is it not Old Man and the Sea? Come on, let's be real here.
That's the only one I've read.
Okay, then you agree with me.
yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, yeah, best Steinbeck novel, sure, but
There's something about economy of storytelling that neither you or I are
okay,
very
but
good at doing.
what is the best Brandon Sanderson? You haven't even read.
I've read 3 of his
Stormlight,
books, and they're
yeah.
all a little long.
They're all a little long, but the longer they get, actually, the better they get,
Or the more indulgent they get.
or the more indulgent they get.
Though-
You seem more
Okay,
confident about
Dungeon
saying that
Crawl
one.
Carl gets better as it gets longer.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi,
That's
everybody.
true.
We're coming over to this camera so that they can talk about Dungeon Crawl Carl over there. How are you doing? Are you doing well?
Fantasy needed. Is it David Patterson or whatever? You know, the guy who makes all the.
David Baldacci?
No, the guy who makes all the thriller.
James
novels.
Patterson.
James Patterson, right?
Have you not read the Manhwa Maximum Ride? It's actually sick.
Yeah, is it?
No, it's actually really cool.
I should check
should.
it
It's,
out.
it's
You
for
should read
teens,
that.
but like I think you'd like it.
So
Mr. Riverdale.
the thing is, I never got into Maximum Ride because
You were too old?
No, because during my Spy Kids fandom, I gravitated towards Cherub, a much better series.
Again, I think you were a little on the older end of things. Also, you were probably reading Ender Game at that point.
Ender's Game?
Yeah.
I read Ender's Game.
I was like
Ender's
12
Game.
years old when I read Ender's Game.
I might have been like 11.
Yeah.
I was, you know, it's a good book.
22.
That's fine.
That's fine.
So, all of that to say,
We kind of got lost on that tangent.
we did because we were trying to figure out whether or not we were going to combine movies and TV shows into one list, and I don't think we had a definitive answer.
Yeah, it's
Because I like the idea of having it all in one list. And I know that's a little bit more difficult because like movies have a little bit more, I don't know if staying power is the right description, but it's like they just feel more complete, if that makes a sense.
depends on the movie, right?
Well, yes.
I guess this isn't a good example because I say Anohana versus Makia. You're going to say Makia.
I'm going to say Makia.
You're going to
That's
say
not even
Makia.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like Anohana though.
The good one versus the acceptable one. Yeah.
Anohana's exceptional. It's a very good. It's like a perfect, like
If
perfectly constructed.
if your
Anohana
goal
walks
is,
so that Makia can run.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. But
So Anohana is spending 11 episodes to build up to an episode where you're crying for 20 minutes. Makia makes you cry for 20 minutes as a build up to the story.
yeah, that's true. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
No, it's not. You don't agree with that. But let's move on.
I respect your opinion. We will talk about this later.
In either the Makia or the Anohana episode,
But, like,
or both.
I think like I like TV shows because they give you a chance to live with characters and live in the world for like a longer period of time. And like
and that's why you should watch Pat Labor TV after watching Pat Labor 2.
a much better example, Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. It's a story that like doesn't really work if you put it in the movie, and they tried. They tried to literally condense the entire plot twist arc.
To the live action movies?
No. I mean, yeah, to the live action movies. Which
You're not talking crap about Shambhala, are you?
No, I'm not talking crap about Shambhala.
Shambhala is a great film.
Shambhala also is not trying to condense the story of Full Metal Alchemist. It is
this
a
is why I
finale
was
to Full Metal Alchemist original.
2003, yeah.
But no, I'm talking about, I don't even remember the name of the movie that they put out alongside Brotherhood.
Was there a compilation film?
No, it wasn't a compilation film.
Then what was it?
It was a full...
Oh, their one. Oh, right. Yeah, it's Shambhala. I don't even... I have to have watched it.
It's Shambhala. It is a side story that supposedly happens within the continuity of Full Metal Alchemist, where they go to a big city that it's like a spiral, like the city's constructed as a spiral. And there's like a bad mayor or whatever, and they're like trying to solve a mystery. And then it turns out the mystery is that the city, the big circular city, is
a drill that'll pierce the heavens.
Yes. Okay, because we probably shouldn't be spoiling Full Metal Alchemist here.
No.
But literally, it's the exact same plot twist as the plot twist of
Brotherhood.
That's very funny.
It's terrible. It is a terrible movie.
So, but that's like that's an anime original or whatever.
But what I'm saying is,
was Arcall even involved?
No, I don't think so. But you can't condense FMA to a movie length and make it good.
No, but what I'm saying is...
FMA Brotherhood was also 70-some-odd episodes.
Exactly. That's what I'm... Monster, I don't think you could make a good movie.
Not a singular movie, no.
So the thing is, with a movie, the economy of storytelling is such that in 2 hours, you can feel just as deeply and just as permanently about the plights of characters as you do if you do actually get to spend the time with them. Like, the familiarity may breed contempt, but it also breeds like you are going to feel more attachment to things you physically spend more time with.
That makes sense.
And a good movie can do that without having to exploit your human emotions, your fragile brain chemicals.
I can't agree with that, yeah.
So like we can compare them, but I think this is more of a preference thing where I like stories that are written well and you like stories that take their time. So TV shows are fine. TV shows are fine. I love TV shows. I just think that the best of the best happens to be movies. It is more in tune with, I like being able to experience an entire movie in one sitting. And I like that the human attention span is basically maxed out at the length of a movie.
Then what I think...
you mean the length of a movie 15 years ago, not the length of a movie now, because the length of a movie now is like 3 hours.
For Marvel, no. I mean, there's plenty of 90-minute movies still.
Yeah, the good movies.
Yeah.
But to me, it just feels like if you talk about movies and TV shows, they are fundamentally different mediums that are going for different things.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that is true.
And that's why ranking them against each other feels kind of bad to me.
It does.
Because like, you know,
can I offer a potential compromise?
Mm-hmm.
It is still well within our rights to say that the list is kind of still in flux to a point. I would be willing to say, for the time being, we'll say that we're going to combine them until such time that we can actually look at the list as it is being developed, only to realize that most of the top 10 is just films, and we should probably fix that.
We're running out of space or whatever. I mean, I don't think most of the top 10 will be just films.
I don't think so either. This is why I'm trying to...
Have you seen Redline?
I have seen Redline. Redline's going to be in the top 10.
None of us have Redline in the top. Well, actually, we separated it, didn't we?
Redline's in my top movies.
Redline's in my top.
It is in my top movies as well. Redline might be in the top 10.
Yeah, but like, is Princess Mononoke going to be in the top 10?
Not the top 10.
We talked about this already.
Did.
Yeah.
Like, we said probably teens or 20s, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I am of two minds about it, right? Like, at the end of the day, like I think there are benefits to combining it all into like one self-contained list. I feel like there's a better, as you would say, economy of storytelling to just making it one self-contained thing. But
with lots of caveats and notes and combining shit where we feel like
and
combining things
and like side articles explaining the things connected to it or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if we're trying to make like a clean list, right?
Yes. Well,
like, how do you compare?
It'll never be clean, and that's the thing.
I mean, it'll never be clean.
We're gonna have our own pedantry here, and a lot of people will be, no matter what we do, people will be upset with it or have quibbles with it or think we're just fundamentally wrong.
Well, guess what? It's not your list.
But it's their pedantry versus ours, and the only people whose
Pedantry Matters is the three
us.
of us. But to me, it just comes down to they are different mediums, right?
Okay.
And like you're talking good writing versus long writing, but like actually, what is the difference of like good writing for a TV show versus good writing for a movie? They're very different things. They're very different goals. Orb is an immaculately written long form story.
It's also 4 movies.
Yeah.
It's literally just 4 movies, dude.
Is it just?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, the Oxy part is like
It's 2 movies.
2 movies by itself, I guess.
Part 1 is kind of a prologue.
It's 4 movies. It's just 4 movies. Each of the 4 movies is good enough on its own.
Yeah.
But that's actually probably the better way to experience it is to watch it in those chunks.
In the chunks, yeah.
As 4 movies. But I mean,
I will die on this
those
hill.
movies aren't,
It's a good
aren't
hill to
quite
die on.
that length. But yeah, okay, that's
Well, no, but the thing is, my favorite movie of all time is Lawrence of Arabia. 4.5 hours of no women talking. So, for legal purposes and also for the truth, that was a joke.
Yes.
Well, it's not a joke because it's a 3.5 hour movie with no women talking, but that's not why I like it.
okay. Lord of the Rings, for example.
Yes.
Great movie.
Great 3 movies.
Yes.
Great 1 movie.
Because, of course, you have to watch it all in one go.
So
Yeah,
the thing
yeah.
is, like,
As a 9-hour movie.
So
Yes.
here's
Yeah.
the thing. Lord of the Rings
Don't
is
you
a
not?
really good example here of the 3 movies all stand alone on their own, but they are one larger story. In the same way I look at Orb.
Yeah.
It's like 4 movies on its own. That makes one larger story. In my personal top 10 movies list, like Lord of the Rings there, and it's 1 movie. Right? And so we can mess around with our list in a similar fashion.
Okay.
But also I'm struggling in the same way you are, Geoff, and I think Tristan's compromise is pretty good for us for right now.
Yeah, just let the list live until we like run out of space.
Until we get in trouble, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, okay, movies can go live in their own little movie.
In their
If
own
that
little
needs
movie
to-
world.
If that needs to happen, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is what you mentioned before of like updating the listeners as we go.
Yeah.
With here is a ranked order list. Now I don't want to like post at least spoilers or whatever
Yeah.
on like social media, but I want to have that available for people who do want to keep up with it. Or if fans can make it, I don't care. That's fine too.
I mean, we should probably just start. We've gotten to enough episodes where we should.
That's why I
probably
wanted to
just
do it
sit
in and around
down.
where we are now, because we're around episode 10. If this is not actually episode 10, we've already talked about like 9 other shows /
Yeah,
movies up to
we
this
should
point.
sit down and make a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we all agree Pat Labor is the only top 10 contender right now.
That's not
That's not what we
not
said at
true.
all.
But it's also true.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
What else is in the top 10 we've talked about?
Free Run.
Oh,
Free Run has no bad
Didn't we say-
episodes.
No, Free Run. I think
Free
we
Run-
agreed was like top 20.
Yeah, it's top 20. We kind of were all on that same page about that, yeah.
Were we?
Bakano was top 10-ish.
Yeah.
It was
Ish.
Maybe,
Ish.
like we said, it
Yeah,
was maybe
ish.
make the top 10 depending on how things went. But
Yeah.
Free Run was top 20 because it's like in the 30s for me and Geoff.
Well, then. You both can just be wrong.
Okay, so next side quest, we knife fight to figure out where everything is on the spreadsheet.
We attach knives to some digital gerbils and make one of them look like Free Run.
What else have we covered that might be top 10? Is there anything?
Bloodlust.
Yeah.
No.
Vampire Hunter D is like top 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Are you going to argue Eiko top 10?
No, it's not even in his top 10.
Okay.
It's probably top 10 of your movies. It is top. It's like
top
6
10
or
of my
7
movies.
on your
Yeah,
movies.
it's top 10 of my movies. Like it might, it is recent, so I'm still digesting it. I might argue Eiko for top 10, but that's like,
I mean, it's in my like top 70 if I combine my lists.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think I would put it. Like, I'd like it to be in the list, as I'm pretty sure I said in the episode.
yeah. It's like top 50, maybe.
I'm not mad.
If we average each other out.
We'll have to come up with a
Japan
very
arc was such a blur. I can't remember all the
everything that
anime
was in
we
the
covered.
Japan arc.
Can't wait for that to happen with the Canada arc.
Delicious
I know, right?
Delicious and Dungeon.
Dungeon
That was in the 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
20s.
That wasn't going to be top 10 either.
No,
around.
it's meaningfully below Frieren.
Meaningfully above Frieren.
Meaningfully below Frieren.
Meaningfully
below.
above Frieren. I don't know. You guys haven't seen the
You don't have it in your
finale
top-
yet.
Because it's not part of the anime yet.
You don't even
Yeah,
have
it
it in your
will be
top
by
10.
the time we're done this list.
If we're very lucky.
Yeah, by the time we're done with this list, we're going to have GTA 6 and
I
another
think
Pat
I did
Labor
have it in my
series.
top 10 during my first draft of the top 10.
Yeah, but then you messed it all up.
I did mess it all up.
'Cause you're
when
a
I was making
coward.
No,
Congratulations.
because I was making my top 10.
Because you needed to make an accessible version of his top 10 for the fans.
Not accessible. I was trying to
Defensible.
One that is not
No,
true to his
no,
true
Defensible is
self.
right?
No, defensible isn't it. I was trying to make the top 10 best anime I've seen separate from my top 10 favorites, which
We're on the quest for the best, not quest for the favorite.
we are, but we're kind of on the quest for the favorites a little bit.
But that's just because our opinions are the best.
Yes,
Because our
precisely.
opinions are the best collectively. But, when I was ranking it out, I was like, Captain Tyler is my favorite 90s Sakuga heavy sci-fi anime.
That Wikipedia category has 4 titles.
Cowboy Bebop is the best one.
That's
I'm sorry that you haven't watched Outlaw Star yet.
I have watched Outlaw Star. Cowboy Bebop.
You obviously haven't watched Outlaw Star.
Cowboy Bebop's better than Outlaw
Bebop's
Star.
ahead of Outlaw Star. Tyler is not ahead of Outlaw Star.
Tyler is ahead of
Tyler is not ahead of Outlaw Star.
Tyler is absolutely ahead of
Tyler
Our main
does not
topic for
have
today.
Aisha Clan. Because here on this podcast, we are going to stand Aisha Clan.
Excuse me, Outlaw Star does not have Tyler, the greatest protagonist of all time.
No,
Yes.
he is not.
He's so good.
I'm sorry, that's Russian doll.
He can be good. I'm not saying he's not a good protagonist, but you went all the way to greatest protagonist of all time.
Wait, who's the best protagonist of all time?
Not Tyler.
How is it not Tyler?
Because it's Natasha Lyonne's character from Russian Doll, whose name I forget.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying, like Tyler is a protagonist so good that the author of those light novels stole him from a completely different movie series to put him in a space opera. He carries the show. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry.
I should watch it.
You should.
This is kind of why we're doing the podcast.
That is
wait.
kind of why we're doing.
So wait, if he carries the show, does that mean all the other characters aren't worth jack, and therefore the show does not?
But not enough to get it on his top 10
Not enough
list.
to get it. Yeah.
It is in my top 10 list. It's in my top favorites list, which is different from.
We're being pedantic.
Doesn't sound like it's on the quest for the
No.
best. We'll do it soon. Let's do it soon.
Yeah, we will
Let's
do it.
We'll talk about Tyler
You know.
eventually.
Today, friends,
Yes.
guys, buddies, pals, our main topic.
We don't say pal. That's Detective Gumshoe. That's not Canadian.
Yeah.
Got it, friend.
I'm not your
You're
friend,
not
buddy.
my friend, guy.
We both went different ways.
Our main topic today is KonoSuba. KonoSuba.
Never mind.
KonoSuba is an anime that needs very little introduction. It is one of the isekai titles, but I'm going to give one anyway. It is one of the isekai titles that popularized the conception of the genre, or the preconception of the genre, in minds in North America, which is where we all live.
Which is very
not
strange.
really.
Yes.
Because it is a parody of
Isekai.
Naro, Shosetsuki ni Naro, isekai writing.
Are you saying when people tell me that Evangelion is interesting because it's not about the giant robots, it's about that they don't understand that Madoka is not a deconstruction of a genre that they don't understand?
I mean, actually, what I am saying is that KonoSuba was a deconstruction of a genre that people didn't understand at the time that it came out,
And arguably still don't.
But that's what I mean.
and arguably still don't.
That's what I mean by the Madoka thing, right? Yes, the one magical girl show you watched was riffing on a bunch of other magical girl shows you didn't watch. And if you are elite, you would watch the things that were in conversation with Madoka at the time.
Yes.
But most people didn't. In the same way with KonoSuba, by the time this came out, I mean, very few people were reading light novels, let alone the light novels that were contemporaries of KonoSuba. So
Yeah.
it ended up being one of the first big ones. But also, even in Japan, there weren't very many isekai titles of the current ilk.
I mean, there weren't many isekai anime. The difference is
Yeah.
that, culturally,
It was
a lot of people were reading light novels and web novels.
Mushoku Tensei was already gigantic.
Yeah. Like everybody who liked anime and would eventually go on to watch the anime in Japan was reading that light novel.
Yep.
Was reading, like
Because people read in Japan, which is a
because
cultural
it's a-
difference
it's
for
a
me that I
culture.
don't understand.
Yeah, no. I mean, we read here too.
Slightly.
the funny thing is you actually like read more than me because you actually like you got the physical copies of Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Love
Another
Dungeon
great
Crawler
isekai.
It is a very good
Hi,
isekai.
everyone. Welcome back to the Tristan solo cam. They can talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl over there.
But like Miles actually read it, whereas I just listened to the audiobook. So
I'm going back and listening to the audiobook versions that I read too, so I can get both experiences.
you can have
A while
I should
back,
go
I
read
created
the
a
book.
really shitty image in
New
Photoshop that looks
achievement.
like it was made
We
in
made
paint.
Tristan monologue 3 times in one episode.
And it was basically this line of how interested I am in Dungeon Crawler Carl and where I am at that point.
New achievement. We've made Tristan less interested in Dungeon Crawler Carl.
It's a process.
KonoSuba follows this man, Kazuma, as he does what happens with all of us. He sees a truck-kun coming and he dies. The thing is, that's all that happens. There's no action. There's no accident.
No, so he sees a truck-kun coming
Yeah.
on a country road.
Yes.
And there's a girl in front of it.
Yes.
And he thinks, I'm going to be a hero, like the hero of Mushoku Tensei. I'm going to step in and save this girl from getting hit by this truck that's coming.
Yep.
And then it was a very slow-moving tractor.
Yep.
And he died of a heart attack
Yes.
from fear
That he was going to die from the
that he was
tractor.
going to die from a truck. There was not a truck. Also, he pissed himself, and everybody in the ER laughed.
So we start.
And then Aqua laughed even
And
harder.
then in his isekai world, the goddess who gets to bring him to his isekai world notices the piss, thinks it's very funny, and we're into a world of piss gremlins. We've got the, as it's often called, the Always Sunny of anime, which is the
It is
least,
very much the always sunny.
It
No,
is
it
always
is the
sunny in
least-
another world.
it is
is
the
always-
least accurate description
Yeah,
of the show.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
But it has this.
It's the most accurate from like meme potential.
Sure.
You could name any episode of KonoSuba, the gang does something, and it would work with the music and everything.
Okay, maybe it is a little bit though.
It is a little
So
bit.
the idea.
We can even name this episode "The Gang Does KonoSuba."
There we go. We got
We
it.
got our title. We got our title.
There we go.
So the point being, like Always Sunny, I guess we'll keep going with the metaphor.
Sure.
It is about the worst people you know being terrible to each other and everyone else,
Yes.
and in a fantasy world.
And never learning any lessons.
And they actively unlearn any lessons they possibly have learned.
Yes. Important bit of context for those who haven't watched Konosuba, because we glossed over this, is that after Aqua, the goddess, laughs at Kazuma for how he died, she's like, just pick your cheat skill already and get out of here. You can have anything in front of you. And he's like, I can have
Anything.
anything in front of me? Yeah, whatever. Okay, I'll take you. Sure. What?
And then we have Goddess pats her chest come down, and then
Yeah.
she's just like, all right, bye, Aqua.
Yeah, Goddess pats her chest, takes Aqua's job, which seems like she's been angling to do that for a long time, specifically because Aqua is
Terrible.
as we learn throughout many seasons, not very good at keeping track of the overpowered world-destroying cheat skills that she's given to random nerds
idiots
from Japan.
Yeah.
So Goddess pats her chest, has to step in and do that, but we don't learn until much later. That
Yeah, that's later down the line.
Mostly, it's just a huge ego bruise to Aqua out of the gate that she has to
Lower herself.
lower herself to help.
Purveyor of party tricks. Wait, actually, she actually enjoys that part. I take that back.
Yeah,
But she's stuck with a bunch of mortals sleeping in barns.
No, I mean, yeah, the
Vomiting up rainbows every 2 minutes.
Like the thing about Aqua is she's got like the best stat line of anybody in the town or in the party.
Yeah.
And she
However.
spends all of her EXP on learning party tricks instead of actually useful skills.
Yes.
Because she wants attention more than she wants to be useful.
Yes. Precisely. And that tells you everything you need to know about useless Goddess Aqua.
And then, then there's Kazuma, who
Hi,
is
Kazuma desu.
basically, he's basically a little bit Subaru at the very start of ReZero.
Extremely Subaru.
Extremely, like the exact same kind of guy.
Tracksuit and everything.
But going in a direction where he never learns anything, never has to be a better person.
No.
And it's rewarded for that.
Actively becomes a worse person over time.
Yeah. Still dies almost as much as Subaru
Still
does
dies
in
as much as
the
Subaru.
early era of ReZero.
But he's got Aqua, who can bring him back to life
Constantly.
from like, even if he was smushed into a paste, because she is
the
his
best
return by
healing
death skills of all ever.
Yes.
Then we've got your favorite darkness.
Yes. Yes. So they are joined.
What a choice.
We should say it in the order of people that join the party.
No,
So
we are going in order of importance.
yeah, order of importance,
Yes.
like from
We're putting Mega Man
last to number one.
Last to number one.
Yes. Okay.
yeah,
no, that's fair. That's fair. No, that's
So-
fair ranking.
So if you want to understand, if
So
you wanna,
Aqua, Kazuma, Darkness, Mega Man.
if you want to
Yeah.
understand the three of us, his best girl's Darkness, his best girl's Mega Man, my best girl's Aqua. This is the fundamental difference between us.
Yeah, no, that does kind of
SP
boil
Yep.
it down.
Yeah. So please.
So useless character, boring storyline, absolute peak.
Yeah. What boring storyline? Excuse me.
We'll get into it.
We will get into it. But yeah, so Darkness is a paladin.
She is a noble lady.
She is a noble woman who has chosen to take up the life of an adventurer as a paladin,
So that she can get beat the hell up.
so that she can protect the people of her land and be a noble heroine. And you know, if
Bullshit.
she happens to get tied up or beaten or her armor stripped off by some big manly orcs in the process, or dragged down to a goblin dungeon and abused for a few weeks, or digested. It turns out, oh my, I'm into vor now, I guess. So she's a pervert. She's a huge masochist.
I can see why she's your favorite.
Yeah, goddamn right.
There's no shame there.
Own it.
Yeah. No, like, I'm just trying to think, like, yeah, no, she is my favorite. There's other.
Oh, come on.
I mean, Wiz is pretty good too.
Wiz is not part of the main cast.
Wiz is not part of the main cast.
Separate.
But then also, the succubus prostitutes that Kazuma hires and almost gets killed because Aqua is so phenomenally racist. That's also, I like them too. I like the succubi around. I like most of the characters in KonoSuba.
They are so.
But out of the core trio, yeah, Darkness.
And that's actually even a little bit the difference between this and Always Sunny is I love these characters dearly, in spite of their terribleness, because they're all really bad people.
They are absolutely
and
terrible
with, like,
people.
Always Sunny cast, I don't like them. I just like spending time with them.
You just enjoy watching. So,
And by spending time, you mean watching them. You wouldn't actually want to spend time with them in real life.
In my Why I Love KonoSuba video essay, I got into
Available on YouTube.com.
I kind of got into that Always Sunny point.
Okay.
And my kind of argument is it's like Always Sunny is a decent point of comparison, but the best point of comparison is it's a really good D&D game with your asshole murder hobo friends who do not take the story seriously at all, and the DM understands that about them and
makes it
builds the story around them messing around, and that's kind of what makes it sing, I think.
But where's Danny DeVito? So tell us
Precisely.
about Mega Man.
So Megumin is the spellcaster of the party. Instead of being the healer, the thief, and the tank or warrior or whatever you want to do in the class, she is the spellcaster. She's not a wizard, she's a sorceress. And her one attack is explosion.
She's got the highest damage per second of
She does.
anybody in the party.
ever met.
For exactly 1 second.
For exactly 1 second
One
per
second.
day.
Per day.
She collapses.
And then she collapses, which is a very old 8-bit theater reference, and I love it. But
Is it actually an 8-bit theater
8-bit
reference?
theater did that.
I know, but
Black Mage in 8-bit theater used his big Black Mage powers
and then-
once a day and then
passes
collapsed.
out.
Yeah,
But my
I'm guessing
question
that
is-
it's probably from something else,
but
and they're
like,
both referencing.
I'm wondering, like, because what's the name of the writer of KonoSuba again?
Akatsuki?
Natsume Akatsuki.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he is he does strike me as the kind of terminally online where he might know an American.
He might know.
And
I would
specifically
really not be
a Final
surprised.
Fantasy one.
Yeah.
But honestly, it would make more sense to me that both of them are referencing something else even more obscure that we just don't know the name of.
Yeah. But
Or maybe it's a mechanic in Final Fantasy 1 and we just haven't played it.
I've beaten Final Fantasy 1 multiple times over. It's not.
You don't have daily spells in FF1. That's a D&D joke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is
I mean, you still have
yeah.
MP and you can use up your MP. And
Yeah, but you don't like pass out when you run out of MP.
No.
Maybe you
character
don't.
just becomes useless.
Yeah. And then you get hit and then you pass out.
And then yeah.
So she can cast Explosion, which is her one and only spell, because that is the only thing she wants in life. And we think for a very long time that she is suffering from being a massive Chinibyo, because she is the type of character that puts an eye patch on and thinks that she is...
Yeah,
Like-
so so whenever she casts her spell, she gives this
overly long.
an extremely long speech about,
Darkness Beyond Twilight.
Darkness Beyond Twilight, summon up the energy from the ancient primordial, explosion. Yeah, and
And then a
and
nearby
she's-
castle just disappears.
yeah. No, it doesn't disappear.
It doesn't
Eventually.
It'll eventually disappear.
After doing that for weeks.
After doing it for weeks.
She put all of her points into this one spell, which
Yes.
is like the top level spell.
Yes.
She is a medium level spellcaster with one top level spell and no other spells.
Yes.
And
It's a D&D character that just uses Fireball. That is the archetype here.
You think this is like she's this huge Chunibyo who has decided she's going to be the explosion mage,
And then you meet her parents.
and then you meet the only other her childhood friend who is completely normal.
Yes.
Just the most
Completely normal.
and for some reason really wants to be your friend, like is really desperate to be your friend. But other than that, completely normal, well-adjusted, very competent wizard. Actually, Union's my favorite. I think Union is my favorite character. Yeah, Union's my favorite
As
character.
we said, secondary characters.
I mean, Union.
I would put Union over Wiz, personally.
Union and Chris.
Really?
Yeah,
I would
also
say
Union had a better intro. I can get to Wiz in a moment.
Union and Chris are kind of like adjacent to the party, sometimes actually join the party.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's got this very normal friend and you're like, okay, so like she's really weird. And then you go to her hometown and it turns out Union's the weird one. She's the freak.
Yeah.
And their entire culture
Is based around.
it was literally created by a Chunibyo reincarnated in this world hundreds of years ago, who taught them that the way that you be cool is
by
to
doing
cover
all of
one
this.
eye and talk about the demons inside of you that are going to take over if you don't unleash your magic skills.
He didn't even need to practice.
And this is why she is the best.
And also her whole clan is OP at magic.
Yeah.
And she just decided to be useless. she believes in explosion.
Yes.
She believes it is the best spell.
Yep.
Based on nothing.
Nah.
And
What do you
all
mean
of
based
the
on
evidence,
nothing?
all of the evidence in her entire life continually shows that explosion is only good for one thing sometimes, kind of.
But she is such a devout fan.
She's an otaku.
Yes, she is as devout towards explosions as Rudy is towards panties.
Mm-hmm.
That is how it works.
Yes. And nobody can ever convince her that it's not the most useful spell.
Because there's no argument that you can possibly give.
And nobody can ever convince her to use a different spell for any reason.
No, why would you? If you do that, then she's not able to cast explosion at the max level she possibly could.
Yeah, she can't pour
Everything.
literally all of her MP
Into
every
the one
day
spell.
into one explosion.
Yeah.
So season 1 is basically without any major plot. It's mostly episode to episode.
Yeah.
And when we first talked about this between the three of us, I was under the understanding that we were only going to talk about season 1
Okay.
because of you. Because you only wanted to include KonoSuba on the list if it was just
If
season
it was
1.
just season 1, yes.
So KonoSuba has a
And
second
I've actually
season,
changed that slightly.
which is extremely good. Just not the first season has this like very sloppy energy to every moment of it.
Yeah.
Where it feels like everything feels like it's about to go off the rails every 5 seconds.
Yes.
Both from a production standpoint, like visually, it just has this very loose feel that
Man, it's like anime Looney Tunes. I love the
Precisely.
And there were people online who were like, KonoSuba's ugly back when it came out, and I like wanted to reach through the computer screen and strangle them.
Yeah,
like
I get that.
It's some of the best animation, and that's something that stayed consistent through the entire production. That's one of the things I really appreciate about KonoSuba.
Got that house style.
No, but even though it's like jumped studios between seasons, the same the same producer, director, sound designer, writer, like the same core team of artists has come back for every season of KonoSuba. And that's why it takes so long between seasons, because they go do other stuff.
So we talked about this.
Yes, we did.
So I came into this episode previously before we were just prepping, doing our last little preps, thinking that it was just season 1. So you say that you've changed your mind
ever so slightly. Okay, so I know this is on camera somewhere.
Okay.
So you remember, because you were here, you weren't here. This was like 2017, 2018, Crunchyroll Anime Awards, year 1, where we were at a bar. Sometime during that night, I was probably drunk. Victoria comes up to me with a camera, and for whatever reason, I thought it in my head to try and explain to the camera why, for that year of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, which was the Yuri on Ice year, KonoSuba was robbed.
KonoSuba was robbed.
Because I thought KonoSuba was the best anime of that year. Still kind of think that. Oh, I thought you were looking over there.
No, I just wanted a fist bump.
Perfect.
It's correct opinion.
Correct opinion.
It should be your
now,
nice.
I still had problems with KonoSuba season 1, but it was not enough for me to bump it down the list. The reason why, as more seasons went on, I started to have less of an opinion on it is because I think I kind of internalized why parts of KonoSuba that I didn't like were the way that they were, only for KonoSuba not to fix it later on. So, for example, I absolutely hate, and still do, the fact that KonoSuba season 1 is 10 episodes instead of 12, and what should have been episodes like 9 and 10 were just not animated, skipped over, and then referenced as if they happened. And that was where Wiz is supposed to show up. And one of the reasons why I don't like Wiz is because we don't get her introduction, because we just skip over it.
Don't they do it in an OVA later?
No, they do. So in one of the OVAs, they do introduce more of the side characters, but Wiz is already assumed to be part of the crew.
Yeah.
And also the OVA, yes, it does feel like an episode they just should have had in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
And it's great. So like you get there.
But that was the thing. So for that entire season, I was like, I could not understand why the season slate was only 10 episodes instead of 12. I could not do it. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe if I talk about how great it is and the virtues of the series itself, it'll get more popular. And then the production staff will be like, hey, maybe for season 2, we can actually give it 12 episodes. And then they freaking didn't.
But they did for season 3.
They swapped production companies by that point, Miles. And so that was the problem that I had, because I was just like, it's only going to be 10 episodes again. I want more, and then it's not giving it to me. And I felt like even season 1 was lesser because those episodes that should have been there but weren't were just missing.
I think season 2 is really tight and self-contained, though.
A little bit better. Again, I wanted those episodes. So then by the end of episode 2, at the end of season 2, we feel like we're missing 4 episodes of KonoSuba.
So I did not feel that way at all. I felt like, oh, the show is pulling me around. The show's messing with me. The show's just an asshole. Yeah. Right? That was how I felt.
And there's a good enough reason for me not to like it.
Well, no, for episodes 9 and 10, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something. That's probably on purpose. That's okay. I'm here for the ride. And so with season 2, also, you just don't feel that you're skipping over anything.
Yeah, season 2 doesn't really feel like that at all. It's not
it's not to the same extent, or at least definitely not to the same blatant extent, because like you get to I think it was episode 10 in season 1 where they first meet Wiz, and they're like, hey, isn't that cool that we did this thing before? That's funny. Anyway,
that was funny. That was a good goof.
I mean,
so this is why like
I don't like
your biggest problem with the show is I wish there were more of it. Fan fiction can't fill the hole in my heart.
It's not necessarily that. It's more of I don't like it as a narrative trope when they're like, hey, look at all this fun stuff that we're not showing you.
So that's really annoying when the stuff they're referencing or like the montage would have been the best part of the show. In this case,
so like Doctor Who or something.
Yeah, so that's the case with some things. But with KonoSuba, there's not any peaks and valleys. Everything's just peak. As far as I'm concerned. Like,
for like 3 straight seasons.
For 3 seasons, there's no bad episodes of KonoSuba. There's no episodes where I'm like, I don't feel like I got, my fill of KonoSuba this week.
I mean, even like the cheapest episode of season 3, which has, I think, one of the funniest jokes, which is when when Aqua and Kazuma are in the fancy restaurant ordering wine and they have no idea what they're talking about. And it's just like Aqua says something to try to sound fancy. The waiter corrects her. There is a 30-second awkward pause. And we just hold on a still shot of Aqua that entire time. That is peak comedy. And it's like utilizing the gap in the production schedule when they needed to just they spent a lot of Sakuga time on the last episode. There's a whole lot more coming in the next episode. So let's just make part of like an entire minute of this episode Aqua ranting from a shot of outside this restaurant. Sorry.
So I mean, but that's kind of I love season 3. I love season 2. I think I like each subsequent season less than the previous one, even though I think that they're probably better.
No, I agree.
Because the charm...
Again, that's why I put season 1 specifically.
The charm of season 1, like as a self-contained package, is so peak for me. And so, like, also... How much KonoSuba do you really need? I mean, I guess I've watched 15 seasons of Sunny, but like, and I mean,
that's another.
I wouldn't mind 15 seasons of KonoSuba.
That is another thing for me because I feel like, as much as I do like the characters, I feel like I'm getting to the point, if I'm not there already, where it's like having a giant bag of chips and you love it when you start it, but then you get to a point where you're like, I don't really want to finish this bag.
Well, we have 7 years between seasons. It's been fine.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like getting like a bag of peak chips every 7
just like
years.
a fun size bag,
Yeah, like fun.
You want more every time, clearly.
You do, yeah. But I almost feel like instead of getting a new bag every season, you get the same bag. You just kind of close it and put it away.
No, like I would say that there's substantial differences. You can say season 2 is like a little bit more of the same with season 1.
No. I would say it's meaningfully elevated.
Yeah. It's got more plot, and then like season 3 has like a really good ongoing storyline. Like 2, I would say, really good ongoing storylines. The first one being, Eris trying to get back the cheat items, which starts to like
cascade into all sorts of crazy stuff.
Cascades into crazy stuff, but also gives the show more of a structure than just get the Demon King eventually when a Demon King guy shows up. Second, related to that, you've got the whole Darkness's character arc, finally delivered in that season, which is like really good emotionally, very funny. Especially where it ends, like the running joke with her dad on his deathbed, and then Aqua just after
I mean, the main reason that I like that we got to Darkness's backstory is because, especially during season 2, I felt like her specifically as a character didn't change much from season 1. It's still kind of the same gag of she likes getting beat up because she's a masochist, and we didn't get much more of that in season 2.
Well, she was the 4th of 4.
Well, yeah, because season 2 is Megumin's season,
yeah,
right? Or like,
until we got the movie and the side sequel.
Season 2 is like Megumin Aqua season. Although, Aqua's kind of getting development across the whole thing. Because,
to a point, yeah.
Because, I mean, my other thesis point of that video is that Aqua is the villain of KonoSuba. All of the bad stuff that's happening in the world right now
is because of her.
Is a direct result of her donking up cheat items for people, and
being lazy and thoughtless.
And being racist. Like the whole reason the Demon King has an army is because Aqua and her cult are insanely racist. So she's kind of the villain, so that it makes sense she's developed more across the whole series. But
rather than getting like a solid arc for herself, besides going and seeing her cult, which is, I feel like, less of a her specifically and more of here's this cult that exists.
Here is this problem that she's created out of the many problems that she has created.
Yeah.
It does not feel like about her at all. It just she's
because like
trigger.
I also feel like her as a character doesn't really change from the start of that arc to the end.
She also tries to make it about her, and they're like,
no.
Who are you, blasphemer? Get out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, like season 2 really being the Megumin season, I feel like that entire storyline was more about Megumin.
Yeah. No, and like her arc is kind of tied up in the movie where she gets her romantic entanglement with Kazuma, and then which
should not work so well.
It shouldn't work so well.
I'm like kind of mad that like I cared.
They're all freaks, so they deserve each other.
We're not cheering anyone on in this show.
No,
we are not. We are not condoning. We are certainly condemning, and we are not defending. It's just funny as hell.
It is funny as hell. Like you can see them fighting over him, but you can also see him and Megumin bullying darkness and everyone being very happy with that whole situation. He also picks up a third potential harem member, which is the sketchiest thing about that season. But they make a distinction when there's that knight who's looking after the princess, who is much, much worse than Kazuma. And he's like, oh, you're one of those. Which he finds out, to be fair, when he is possessing the princess's body to feel himself up, because that's
of course the first thing he was going to always do.
Yeah, because of course that's the first thing he's going to do in any woman's body. But
we talked recently about Cromartie being the best straight comedy.
Yeah.
I like KonoSuba more. I think KonoSuba is funnier even. But KonoSuba is not a straight comedy. There is more to KonoSuba, right?
KonoSuba is a narrative comedy. It's a genre parody. It's not like, it's not a straight comedy.
It's a little bit more plot driven. There is no such thing as plot in Cromartie High School.
And there are fantasy elements, and I think you can actually enjoy KonoSuba even if you don't jive with the comedy that much. Sorry,
that's not true. There is plot in Cromartie High School, but it's basically entirely revolving around the guy with the afro trying to develop his comedy act.
Correct.
That's the ongoing.
The closest we get to plot.
And Takanuchi dealing with his motion sickness.
These are not storylines. These are things that happen.
No, it's a plot because
it's a reoccurring situational comedy.
It is a C and D plot.
No, but it's not a reoccurring thing because the Takanouchi thing only comes up like one. It like there's like 3 beats to it. It's like,
and now he's a man with a mask.
Dealing with it with on the bus, dealing with it at his birthday party, which they put on a houseboat for some reason.
That's just a nice thing to do.
It is just a nice thing to do.
And then he was replaced with a hijacker.
And then he's not just replaced by the hijacker. He tries to get out of getting on a flight and ends up being the only person on the flight, while one of the hijackers who was going to hijack the flight stays behind and takes his place in class. That's a plot. That is a plot.
I don't agree.
No, I don't agree either.
No, you're right. But I want to be pedantic here.
Point being, I love KonoSuba. I know you love KonoSuba. I thought you loved KonoSuba.
I like a lot of parts of KonoSuba.
You seem to have problems with the things that are just like what happens when you love something too much.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you're like, pet the rabbit a little too hard here. We think of KonoSuba as, I think this is like a title that also brought us together. Because when we first started becoming friends, the 3 of us, we talked about KonoSuba a lot.
We did.
And it was also just kind of like in the ether in like the 2016 era of like, this is like the cool new thing coming out of Japan. And it
was
really
like ReZero and KonoSuba kind of side by side. The like good story driven isekai.
The good half of the isekai.
And the good funny isekai. You know, like we kind of got all of the good isekai all at once, and then there was a big drought.
Until Mushoku Tensei came out.
Yeah, there was a big drought. Mushoku Tensei.
What about Grimgar?
Okay, Grimgar also.
Actually, was Grimgar before this?
Grimgar was before this. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Grimgar does predate this.
And Grimgar is also like kind of, it is isekai, but it feels like not isekai because they don't have their memories.
That doesn't matter.
If anything, that's better because then you don't have all of those cheaty plot lines of, here's all the things that I can remember. And
Grimgar is really good, but I think it was actually before.
No, you're actually right now that I'm thinking it, or
It's
contemporaneous.
earlier.
Yeah, like there was a lot of good isekai right at the start.
Yes.
In the boom.
And in the boom.
We got Overlord, which was fine for a season or
Overlord.
two.
Yeah. Oh no, Overlord's
It's not a boom,
still,
it's an explosion.
Overlord's still fine. Overlord's still like a good time.
I enjoyed what I watched
yeah.
of Overlord. Yeah.
We
I
got
feel like
Log
we're-
Horizon, which
I feel
was
like-
like better SAO.
Yeah, Log Horizon was better SAO until the author went and messed up, and then they put like 5 years
Tax
in
fraud
between.
is not messing up. It's just making an oops.
A little whoopsie.
Little whoopsie.
Doing
whoopsie.
it. He's just emulating his heroes at Gynax.
Yeah. Only to be then followed by the writer of Apothecary Diaries. Anyway, so the other problem with Log Horizon is that there was like a big 5-year gap, and it's this big
And production changes.
yes, and it's this big like not necessarily Game of Thronesy, but more heavy political story in everywhere. And then there's a 5-year gap that kind of requires you to go and rewatch season 2 before watching season 3. And if you don't have time to do that,
And the new seasons also aren't that good.
Yeah.
compared to earlier. Like Overlord keeps up a much better production value, I'd say.
I mean, I got sick
And
of the
even-
lizards. I dropped season.
and even with Overlord is starting to overstay its welcome a little bit.
yeah.
I heard the movie was good.
No, yeah.
Like Konosuba, ReZero on a different level from all of those.
Yeah, and so the Isekai Quartet is so funny because Tanya came out after.
Yeah. Tanya's
Tanya was 2016, 2017.
Tanya's peak isekai,
Was about
I
there.
would say, with ReZero and
Which is it's so funny.
Isekai Quartet.
The Isekai Quartet is like just the good stuff, and then Overlord
Overlord is also good.
at the same level as the other three.
Early
Not-
Overlord.
Early Overlord, and also like Overlord is very distinctive and has not been replaced or like overshadowed in any meaningful way by other things that are like it. Name another good villain isekai.
The one about the bureaucrat who came back as one of the big four. That was fine.
You mean
Yeah, I don't remember the title. You talked about
Headhunted to Another World?
Headhunted to Another World. That was
That's
fine.
not that good.
It does. It fills the same need for me as Overlord did.
It's a lot weaker than Overlord.
I
would say.
agree with both of you.
Yeah.
I both like the series and also think that Initial Overlord is better.
Yeah, no, like
Overlord
Initial
was better.
Overlord, yeah.
Like I think Overlord earns its place in Isekai Quartet by filling a good niche.
Yeah.
Right? It fills a niche that nothing else really touches.
Okay, but in 15 years, are we going to be talking about Overlord? I'll still be talking about the other three members of the quartet.
Yeah.
So Isekai Quartet, for the viewers, listeners at home, is a series of what started off as shorts by Kadokawa of their 4 big Isekai titles that turned
Yep.
into a full-length TV show, which is way too much time for those jokes.
Yeah, but it's all the characters in ReZero, all the characters in Konosuba, all the characters in
Tanya.
Overlord, and all the characters in Tanya at
Hanging
a high
out
school
together.
Yeah.
who have inexplicably been transported to
Again.
a high school again. Yes,
Later
And that-
seasons add in Shield Hero, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
now that's a mid show.
Totally watchable.
No, much more mid than Overlord, I would say.
I mean, I would rather watch Shield Hero Season 3 than Overlord Season 3. I really didn't like Overlord Season 3.
You like the turtle?
I actually didn't get that far in Shield Hero, so I'm lying right now.
Yeah, you are lying.
I watched 2 seasons of Shield Hero.
Okay,
It was
nobody-
fine.
you would rather
Nobody-
watch season 3 of
No,
Shield
no,
Hero than
nobody
rewatch season
finished.
3.
Nobody
Yeah.
who's seen season 3 of Shield Hero would say that, because the entirety of Shield Hero season 3, the entirety of the season is fighting the same big turtle.
I love Final Fantasy 15.
14.
It's
15.
14. Is that in 15 as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
There's a mountain that turns into a turtle at the end of the game.
But yeah, no, the fall off of the Shield Hero started with season 3, so that's a very wild.
Some would say
statement to
that Shield Hero fell off on episode 1, but that's another thing.
make. I might say.
Some hear that
Yeah.
Shield Hero would fall off before you even hit play.
Yeah, but that's a whole other
Watchable.
When
Fun to
Isekai
watch.
Quartet becomes Isekai Quintet, it actually does kind of work, because making fun of Naofumi is good.
Is good
and
times.
should be done more. But yeah, I'm just trying to think like between ReZero, Konosuba,
Yeah.
there was Tanya.
Yes.
I was 17.
There was Recreators, which was, very good, but kind of not.
What Isekai is.
It's like reverse
Reverse
isekai.
isekai.
It's not what isekai is now.
No.
And as the commenters pointed out, World End is actually not an Isekai, it's just a fantasy, which I really like World End.
World End.
But that, like, it's in the
Yeah.
same vein, but yeah,
I'm
it's
just-
not quite an Isekai. Slime is fine.
Slime is the closest thing to Overlord. Shangri-La Frontier is really good, but that's
Not isekai.
Not isekai, yeah.
that is isekai.
No, it's not.
It is isekai.
We've had this discussion.
We'll do an episode. But also that's like that was after Mushoku Tensei. I'm like, has there been any good isekai? Like really there've been good ones, like
Animated?
No. Like the hero
Written,
is
yes.
overpowered but overly cautious was kind of funny.
Bofuri was fine.
Bofuri is great.
Bofuri's really good.
Bofuri is great.
Bofuri's not an isekai though.
No, it's
Wait.
not an isekai.
There's no AI in that world. Bofuri is just
There's
people
AI
playing.
in this world.
playing a
Bofuri
video
is as much of an isekai as
Shangri-La
No,
Frontier.
Bofuri is
Shangri-La Frontier.
substantially less of an isekai than Shangri-La Frontier.
It is exactly the same.
because the world isn't real to the characters who inhabit it, whereas it is to the AI in Shangri-La Frontier. Bottom text.
What are you looking at, Miles?
I'm looking up all isekai ever made because I have a couple spreadsheets about this.
But yeah,
Because Miles is insane.
the antagonists in Bofuri are the developers who are just trying to patch
They're trying
the
to
game.
make sure that Maple doesn't
Oh,
immediately kill
My
things.
next life is a villainous.
Yeah. My next life is a villainous. Yeah. And actually a lot of villainous isekai.
Abundance of a bookworm.
Ascendance of a
Ascendance of a bookworm.
This is why
How
I
did
said
you not think of that?
I did. You didn't listen to me when I said like animated. No, written. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Seventh time loop. Okay.
Seventh time loop.
Seventh.
I like seventh time loop.
But that's a time loop story, not a
Isekai
It's
necessarily.
not an isekai. No, she's not from another world.
Wait, is that the one where
That doesn't.
she
You don't
is?
need to be from a different world to be isekai.
Yes, you do.
So
She's
Shangri-La
being-
is not an isekai.
No, because that is a separate world.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Is a reverse isekai,
That has the word isekai in it.
kind of. I'm yes, like seventh time loop. She's just going back to her own past, which is not a different world.
The first 3 episodes of Spider.
But I'm a
That was-
spider, so what?
Oh wait, actually no. Now you reminded me. Ari Ferretta actually bangs after. No, the first season's terrible. no, but Ari
All
Ferretta.
right, good. Yes.
Ari Ferretta gets to a point where he's arming an anti-slave revolt because his waifu was sad about her people being enslaved, and that's the only reason.
Lovely.
While he makes his friend, who is the hero, dress up as a Power Ranger to distract the enemy army.
When did Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy come out?
2021.
2021.
Yeah. And Ari Ferretta has been knocked off a lot too since then. But yeah, like Ari Ferretta, I would say is currently the second funniest isekai after KonoSuba. It's really good, and I would recommend Ari Ferretta. You have to get through the first season; it's bad, but after that,
It was really bad.
It's really bad.
I really like the book for I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 years. The anime was not really up to my.
It was all right.
It was fine. I mean, I wasn't mad about it or anything.
No.
So yes, the point being, KonoSuba, even though it's a parody of isekais, remains pretty elite.
Yeah, I think it's my number 2 isekai of all time on my top isekai of all time list.
Well, we'll change that once you get to watch some good
or
Tomino
a battler
isekai.
done
Yeah.
by yeah. I'm sure.
Precisely.
But KonoSuba is an all-timer. So you're happy to just all 3 seasons where we can count it all as one entry?
We can count
You
it
don't
all
need
as
to-
one entry.
You don't need to separate it out? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I was wrong there. But
How do we? The only other question is
Yes.
how do we include Legend of the Crimson Demon?
That's kind of its own separate thing.
I don't even know. What?
Sort of.
No, it just feels like more KonoSuba.
It's a different director.
It doesn't feel meaningfully elevated or worse.
yeah, it's
So what is it, like season... Wait, did it come out
3.5?
before season
2.5.
2.5, yeah.
2.5, but it's also season 0 because it's Megumin's
before.
backstory before she joins the party.
Yeah.
But the movie, like, to me, so I haven't watched the spinoff, but I have watched the movie.
Okay.
The movie does not feel like a traditional, like, Shonen Jump anime movie where it feels like this is just an excuse to get people in theaters.
No, the
and
movie's
we're
an
gonna have a
extended
fun time.
episode of
Yeah.
the TV
It just
show.
is a longer episode of the TV show, which works better in a movie-length format.
Yes.
To tell a longer story. It
Yes.
just feels like one mini arc of the TV show, which is great. So like season 2.5. So I would consider it all together.
Yeah.
And I haven't even watched 5 minutes of the spinoff because I could not care less about Megumin's backstory. beyond the movie.
I mean,
You can be
it's
wrong.
not so much about Megumin's backstory. It's like the Crimson Demons are really funny, and
Yeah, that's why I watched KonoSuba.
No, but it gives you like a chance to really dig into like Crimson Demon culture, and it's quite good. Also,
When I was watching Lord of the Rings, I'm like, hey, what was Gimli doing 5 years before now?
Chamuske's
And that's why you watch The Hobbit.
But you get Chamuske's backstory, which is the most important part of, our little cat.
I know the one that you didn't mention on the best anime cats of all time.
Yep.
Should have.
I brought
Did
him
not.
up just as an example of a cat I didn't care about. In particular,
He did.
the thing with comedy anime
Yes.
is it's hard to talk about them without just saying, "Do you remember that joke that was funny as hell?"
Yeah.
But it's true, and that's how I talk about it with my friends.
Yeah.
So like, I don't just want it to be like us to go on for another hour, but we also
We could.
We could literally just like go into. Remember the episode where
They went and saw frogs.
Oh, the frog. The frog. That was a couple episodes. Yeah.
Or the episode where they actually no, what we should talk about is Veneer and what a great character he is as he joins the cast in the second season and like starts roping Kazuma into his get rich quick schemes. Veneer is kind of like if Kramer was on Always Sunny and just like pops in randomly to like.
This reminds me of something completely different, which is I really found it so charming that in season 1, they're literally sleeping in the barns, right?
Yes.
And then in season 2, they've got the mansion.
Yeah.
And it just, for whatever reason, that is so much more satisfying to me than all progression fantasy. Like, I really felt like they were poor and useless. And then once they get even just a touch of a life of luxury, it's like, you don't deserve this.
Do you know what I was most surprised
and
about?
yet,
The thing that I was most surprised about with their house, and it's something that I didn't really notice until later, and maybe my mind is getting this wrong. I have what their house roughly looks like. And then we got to season 2 of Mushoku Tensei when Rudy got his house, and I'm like, that's the same house.
Of course it's the same house. That's what they based it on.
I know, but it's like, because the adaptation for Konosuba came
beat
out
him to
years
it.
ago, you didn't know.
And I mean, like literally, how they get the house is a riff on Mushoku Tensei. If you go back, because he gets that house by like going in, exploring on an adventure, and like he finds out that it's haunted, and like literally they go in because it's haunted to get the ghosts out. Except the joke there is that Aqua accidentally disturbed all the ghosts at the local graveyard, and they get the house as basically hush money. Because the extremely gentrified gated community they don't need anybody knowing they had a ghost problem for a while, and it's all Aqua's fault. And like the thing is, they don't deserve it,
No.
but Aqua specifically belongs there.
Something about Aqua that I want to talk about. I'm not going to defend Aqua. I love her. She's best girl. But she has no redeeming qualities. Really.
No.
Like, let's be real here. I love my failed daughter very much. One thing that is a common criticism of a lot of comedy in general, but especially comedy anime, is it's just characters screaming. That's never funnier than with Aqua.
Yeah.
Like Aqua yelling whether she's trapped or being harassed or not being harassed, and she thinks she should be getting more attention. Whatever the case, when Aqua's just yelling and screaming, like the voice performances in this show are unbelievable
Absolutely
across
great.
the board. Like as unhinged as the animation, as unhinged as the writing, as unhinged as the characters, the acting in this show, ununbelievable.
And the thing is, Aqua rarely. Sorry, I missed.
Kazuma. Hi, Kazuma des.
Kazuma des. And that was all improvised by the actor.
Yes.
Which is great. Yeah. So,
Is it on the list?
Is it on the list?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think quite
for sure.
definitively it is on the list. I don't think there's any disagreement there. It's the then question of
Where do we rank it between things we've already ranked?
Yes, precisely.
Where did I put my phone? I'm recording off it. I was going to pull up our lists because KonoSuba is one of the rare things that's on all
of our
three
lists,
of our
yeah.
lists. I think we have there's between
We
TV
got a lot
and
of
movies.
overlap,
There's
yeah.
there's like 20 TV shows I think that are on all three lists, which isn't too bad for between 100 each, 20 shows.
So
wouldn't that theoretically just make it top 20 automatically for TV?
perhaps top 20. Yeah. So my question is, like, to me,
To Geoff.
If I'm thinking about all the things that make us laugh and cry, I would rank it above Freerun because I like laughing more.
That's absurd.
KonoSuba is absurd.
Yes.
Do you know current placements?
Yeah.
I just looked them up. So 19, 44.
That sounds right.
Not on my list because I forgot to add it when I redid my list 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
But it was on your list.
It was on my list originally.
Audio listeners, who was who?
Thank you. Fred Geoff was
19.
19. Miles had it at 44. Mine is not currently on the list. And if our producer Chloe wants to dig into previous history, and like go back maybe a month or so, and then try and find where I had KonoSuba. Yeah,
On the top of off the top of your head, where would you put it?
Somewhere mid list, I think is where it was.
44 sounds good. I think I'm perfect. I'm really good at this.
You know precisely where you had it.
Above Freerun?
No,
How?
no, absolutely not.
So this is your second favorite isekai, but this is like your second favorite fantasy at this rate too.
I guess it kind of is. I mean, you know, I don't know. Like I would rank it between Freerun and Dungeon Meshi.
I can name
And Dungeon Meshi.
I can name both an isekai and a fantasy that he should probably like.
But also,
better than this.
I'd put Full Metal Alchemist, I think, above.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
As of April 30th,
Yeah.
KonoSuba was at number 34 on your list.
34.
You had it higher than me.
I did.
It did.
But
You know,
But only season 1.
Did it say
I-
season
I-
1
I
in there?
think-
I feel like it did. Did it say season 1 specifically?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so that's where I got it from.
Yeah, that's where you got it
Okay,
from.
Yeah.
that's where you got
okay.
it from.
So I'm sorry that it's not currently on the list.
So I think in the 30s makes sense.
Of all time, if we throw in movies too in the meantime, I don't know.
It might go further.
KonoSuba's I mean, you're talking about like name a funnier anime.
I can't.
I'd put Cromartie above it personally.
Wait, no, you haven't and you wouldn't.
Where's Cromartie right now on
In the
my list?
80s.
Okay. I just want you to think about what's the funniest Cromartie High School joke? Think about it. Picture it in your head.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Now, picture the little girl
spin around
trying
3
to...
times.
No. Now, picture the little girl trying to get Kazuma to join the cult.
Cromartie.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That is one of the funniest jokes of the like when she hands him the paper and he's just like, that like complete destruction of his faith in humanity. What an amazing piece of humor.
I'm not saying it's not good.
So what made it go from being in your
what is your
30s
Cromartie
to thinking Cromartie's better?
What's the Cromartie joke?
I mean, several, but the one that was in my mind when you asked was.
Don't do it again. No! Stop!
You're supposed to join us,
No,
Miles.
I needed to. No, here's the thing.
We can finally sync
It
it,
took
up
me
'cause we're-
3 days to stop doing it after the last episode. I will not participate. Boss. I'm kidding. I kid.
No, we can't cut that.
We need to figure out. We need to.
We do.
Tristan.
Yes.
What the hell is going on? How did it go from being in your 30s to not being?
He just forgot.
I just forgot.
I just forgot.
He
Okay.
just forgot.
I was trying to
know,
copy
but-
everything and put everything in a
No, but
thing, and then I
telling-
A/B tested everything, and then
Telling us that Cromartie is higher, like in your heart, higher on your list, right? Or
Currently.
funny. Well, no. So funnier is different than higher. Do you like KonoSuba more than Cromartie?
how do we want to define like?
On the
So
best
here's the
anime of
thing.
all time
Here's
list.
the thing. If we were to turn on the television right now, and you were like, which would you rather watch, KonoSuba or Cromartie? Random episode. I'd probably say Cromartie.
Well, that's random episode.
Yeah, Cromartie is designed for random episodes.
I know, but I would rather watch
That's like
a random
saying-
episode of Cromartie than a random episode of KonoSuba.
No, but that's.
I would rather
but
watch
that's out of-
episode 1 of Cromartie
well,
than episode 1 of KonoSuba.
That's not the context we're talking about. We're talking about of all time.
Yes.
And you're asking like, okay, I've got like a jetpack on, and you're like, all right, how fast can you run? I'm like, I'm ready to go on my jetpack.
Right? We're also like
Random episode at a random time, one episode is not the KonoSuba way. It's 12 episodes every 7 years. Sir.
What is and what's going to give you like a better time overall, binging the one season of Cromartie or a season of Konosuba, which will take approximately the same amount of time?
Also, do you really want to watch more than 5 Cromartie episodes in a row?
Yeah, exactly.
did.
But do you want to?
I did, and I enjoyed it.
I'm not saying you wouldn't enjoy it. I'm just saying that is not the peak. That's not how you get peak performance out of a Cromartie rewatch.
Whereas Konosuba just gets funnier every episode that you binge.
Yeah. I think you're just like not comparing them on.
Probably
it might
not.
be a little bit of recency bias because we just got finished watching.
That's the other thing is like I am sitting here having recently completed an entire rewatch of Cromartie for the pod. I did not complete all of Konosuba for this pod because I had also seen it within the last 5. Like before, the reason I did Cromartie is because it had been like over a decade, and I really needed to rewatch that. But I hadn't rewatched all of Konosuba because it was more recent, and also because we had a lot of things to watch.
The point being, I am almost like siding with Geoff about like this needs to be like. But I'm like 50 on the list is where I'm happy to settle too.
I mean, that's where you put it, though. Like,
because I'm really smart.
And I'm fine with siding with Miles.
I'm good
on
looking
that.
too.
That is fair and true. But both of us, I say name a funnier anime,
Impossible.
and we can't.
I mean, I laugh harder at Sexy Commando, but I shouldn't.
You should, and that's
should.
fair.
No, I shouldn't. No, I laugh too much at that show.
So what? Yeah. So what I'm kind of getting at is like Konosuba's pretty much the funniest anime. You know, like it's at least in contention. You can talk about
Geoff.
Ichijo,
Thew.
Golden Boy.
Thew.
Golden Boy.
Jokes per minute, sure.
Yakitate Japan. The most memorable jokes of all time.
In contention, for sure. I would say like Konosuba, Yakitate Japan. When we get to ranking Yakitate Japan, wherever Konosuba is.
Let me name a funnier anime. Gintama.
Oh,
that's fair. Yeah. I haven't seen enough of Gintama.
And I know we kind of
Gintama.
went through a lot of this conversation last time, but like it is worth repeating. Gintama is the funniest. But like the thing is, I like Gintama for so many more reasons than it being funny.
I think when I finally get around to like watching most of Gintama, because I've only seen like the first little bit of it, when I finally get around to it, it's probably going to be like top 15, maybe even top 10 for me.
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You know, like in the long term of the list,
Yes.
Konosuba probably lands like top 30, top 40.
Yeah.
Well, if Tristan's okay with it, I guess I'm not fighting.
But in terms of where it is now, because we just got through talking
Number
about
44, yeah.
where we're ranking,
Where we're
ranking what we've
things.
seen so far.
It's ranking it compared to everything else that we've seen so far.
It's basically just outside of Mononoke then, right?
Like below
just
Mononoke?
above
Below.
Below.
Princess Mononoke.
Yes.
So like higher number, lower on the list. We like Princess Mononoke more.
Yeah.
We like Eiko more, maybe? No, I don't
No,
remember.
I wouldn't put Eiko over.
I'd put
Konosuba over Eiko.
Yeah.
I would also put Konosuba over Eiko, but the thing is, I would put Eiko probably over Princess Mononoke. I just really like Eiko a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So below Mononoke for you guys, and obviously you're saying below Freerun too, which is
No, we're not.
crazy to me.
Yeah, below Freerun.
Oh, wait, yes, we are below Freerun. I'm sorry.
So lower than Freerun.
But I mean, you would also. I mean, we got to wait until Dungeon Meshi season 2 comes out to properly place that.
We have right now Dungeon Meshi and Freerun around the same, like the 20s area, right? Late teens, early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
We
Sure.
have Princess Mononoke in that same range, I think.
I think
More or
like
less.
30.
30s.
Yeah,
You know, like,
getting down to around 30.
and
yeah.
then Eiko is like, we had it like halfway on the list.
At
So
the 50.
we
mark.
have it like just above Eiko.
Yeah.
Is where we're
And
putting Konosuba.
Cromartie would go below
In the 80s.
Eiko.
We had that in the 80s.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
90s.
below Eiko. Okay. And then the top of the list is like Pat Labor.
Bakano's currently at the top.
So I think the top is like Bakano at the top right now, out of all the stuff that we've watched. Then Pat Labor.
More or less.
Vampire Hunter D is lower down than that,
I think
right?
it's a bit
But
lower.
is it top 20 or
No, I thought Vampire Hunter D was like in halfway through.
Okay, yeah, so around Eiko.
Around Eiko. I mean, like I'd put personally, I'd put Vampire Hunter D over KonoSuba. So if you want to squeeze in KonoSuba between Vampire
Eiko
Hunter
and
D and
Vampire
Eiko,
Hunter D.
Yeah.
See, I'd put it higher. So like, okay, so we go.
you put KonoSuba higher. I don't want to go through the whole list again, but like if we can get that upper and lower bound,
Yeah.
then that's the important part.
Well, I mean, we are trying to like figure out like roughly the list
Everything.
in this episode.
As we're going through.
So, Baccano, Pat Labor.
Yes.
Then after that would be, out of all the stuff we've covered,
Free Rin,
Freerun,
Dungeon Meshi.
Freerun,
Dungeon Meshi, about the same place.
Yeah.
Then
Mononoke.
below that, Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
Where's Bloodlust in relation to
Then
Mononoke?
next is D,
Then it's D.
Or Konosuba.
and then KonoSuba.
Then KonoSuba.
I don't think you're going to be able to talk me above Vampire Hunter D.
For
Bloodlust.
KonoSuba. Yeah.
For Konosuba?
Yeah. I don't think you'd be able to do that for me either. We all really like Vampire Hunter D.
You were talking about it being top 10 just a second ago.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm just God, I love Konosuba so much.
Yeah, this is going to be the thing that happens with all of our episodes, especially when we just watch them and we're trying to lobby hard for them.
I do really just think that Konosuba is a miracle of a production, right? And, we haven't talked enough about how great the Sakuga, the sound design, the music, it's got like
The sound design is so good.
it's
Like, even just you saying sound design, and I'm like, it's like, really speaks to how dumb this show is and how great it is. Because some episodes, like, I haven't gone back to season 1 other than like an episode or two since it came out, basically. Because I don't need, like, also, I was, at that point, I was cutting clips for it. I was promoting this show actively, and I didn't have a team yet. So it was just me and, like, my boy Pedro, and, like, we were just cutting clips. And I'm like, watching the scenes over and over and over again, and I would not stop laughing. I'm like, this is gonna work. I can post this. This is gonna be funny as hell.
I mean, literally anything. Konosuba made your job probably the easiest
So
it's
easy.
ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ReZero.
ReZero is like number 3 on there. ReZero?
Is ReZero above Pat Labor?
No.
No.
What the hell?
I might put it above Pat
I know
Labor.
you would, but that's fine.
I mean, I put it at number
2 or 3?
2. Yeah, number 2 greatest anime of all time.
Yeah.
And I think that's a valid place.
It's one of those of, I don't think I would put it above Pat Labor, but I'm also not, if we were to agree that it was above Pat Labor, I wouldn't be.
Sure, but we agreed that it wasn't really top 10.
No.
It was just outside of top 10 collectively.
Yeah. And we still got plenty more to fill that top 10.
I personally ranked it above Baccano.
I know.
So I
Yeah.
But Baccano is like I think the highest average
Between the
for
three
all
of
of
us.
us,
Yeah.
yeah.
3.
We all really like ReZero. I would maybe argue for ReZero over Pat Labor.
If both of you feel that way, I'm not like that mad about it.
I think Tristan's like 50-50 on it.
It depends, going back to the old thing, because if we're saying that we're combining all of Pat Labor's above.
If we're combining all...
If it's just Pat Labor 2, I'd probably put ReZero above it. But if it's all of Pat Labor, no.
I mean, all of Pat Labor, the OVA, not...
Including movie 1, yes.
Yeah, movie TV.
Including
movie
one.
OVA.
Yeah,
Movie OVA.
I mean, I think it's a really tight competition.
It is. I'm
and
not
I
saying
think
it
they're
ain't.
both top 10.
We had talked about ReZero is probably not making top 10, or if it is, it's at the very end.
No,
Yeah.
we said, I thought that we reached the point that it was...
Pretty close to, but not in,
Oh,
I
7?
don't think.
Like 10 to 15.
Yeah, 10 to 15.
10 to
yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like if it's not top 10, it's not top 10, but it's very, very,
Very close, yeah. And I'm fine with that.
And maybe it'll make top 10 when we're done with everything, but like...
I mean, the next season's also going to be out by the time it's done, and that might push it over Pat Labor for you guys.
That is also what you said last time.
And that is a discussion we will have.
Okay.
Next time.
So we've got Baccano, Pat Labor, ReZero, Dungeon Meshi, Freerun and Dungeon Meshi kind of floating around the same
Free
space.
Win and Dungeon Meshi.
Knife Fight. Princess Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke. Vampire Hunter D.
Bloodlust.
Royal
KonoSuba.
Space Force, KonoSuba.
Royal Space
Royal
Force.
Space Force, KonoSuba. Wait, Royal Space Force, Vampire Hunter D. Vampire Hunter D above
Vampire
Royal
Hunter
Space
D.
Force?
So you guys like, I'm pretty sure you guys like Vampire Hunter D
I like Bloodlust more than Space Force.
I'm still digesting my first watch of Space
I
Force.
think that's fair.
I'll get you guys.
No, I actually like, I feel like
It's better every rewatch.
Yeah.
It is better, but I mean, like, it's just kind of two different things, right? Like Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is kind of like the most aesthetically perfect movie of its era.
Angel's Egg?
No, I mean, I have.
So I think that I agree with you that I would want to properly digest World Space Force a bit more, but I'm also fairly confident that even after digesting, I would put D ahead of it.
Yeah, I'm like 50-50 on
like
it. 'Cause
Bloodlust D specifically. OG Vampire Hunter D is a lot further down the list. It's not even on the list.
I really like a lot of the things that Vampire Hunter D does, but
I like when he kills people.
and the
way he kills people.
It's really cool.
The way he kills people is really cool. The world's insane.
Yeah.
You know, the Gothic architecture and all of that, the Gothic highways, the Gothic castle spaceships.
You're talking world design against Omianes? Come on, man.
Yeah, no, but that's
literally the most inventive world, fictional world ever made.
So we're talking about I mean, it is the most inventive, but if we're talking about like aesthetic polish, then the mood of Bloodlust might be a little tighter.
It's a vibe that I enjoy.
Omianes is like a brand new studio, like trying out a million new things at once, and
hitting 10 on all of them.
Yeah.
Hitting 10 on most of them. Maybe I need to digest it more is the thing, right?
I mean, so for me, if Royal Space Force is in my top 5 favorite anime of all time.
Yes, it is. We knew this going in.
Just very cleanly. Like there's not much consideration.
So
I'll get you guys there.
How I would rank it would be like on my gut feeling right now, because there's so much that is perfect about Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, but also it feels like there's something a little lacking there, compared to Omianes in terms of the depth of the story. So the way I would rank it right now, just going off my gut, Omianes
is the top,
or the lowest on the list. The lowest on the list, the best out of those three.
Okay.
Then KonoSuba, then Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
I still would put Bloodlust above Omianes, but I think I would have Omianes above KonoSuba, or maybe not.
I think both movies are above KonoSuba.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think.
Yeah, but Tristan and I do. So
there we go.
Yeah, but you can't agree on which way to order them though.
I'll give it to him if he lets it be KonoSuba.
No. Wait, Miles.
Faustian version.
I will put a vote in to put Omianes above Vampire Hunter D and KonoSuba if you will agree to put KonoSuba above Vampire Hunter D.
How does that work? So you want the order to be Omianes is the top of the list. Is the high or the lowest number?
Out of those three.
Our favorite of the three is Omianes.
Yeah.
And then KonoSuba, then D. I don't even think that's very different from what you said. I know you want D higher than...
I wanted D higher than both of them.
I think I now understand how Vladimir Putin feels.
I mean, you're basically taking the list that I gave, took the top one and moving all the way to the bottom.
Yes, we are. We're shaking our hands right now.
We are shaking our hands for people who are listening to the audio podcast.
Bravo.
So KonoSuba is great.
Yeah, and then below that, Eiko.
Below that, Eiko.
And then Cromarty.
Below Eiko.
Below Eiko?
Yep.
I think I can agree to that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm good with that.
But everything we've talked about is on the list.
Yes.
Yeah. So far, except Shield Hero.
We haven't done an episode on Shield Hero.
Except Solo Level.
And we've killed Solo Leveling and what else?
Negative 100 for solo leveling.
Yeah,
and your name.
No, negative 100 would make Solo Leveling the best one.
We also did we kill quested your name, right?
Kill quested your name.
Yeah, we kill quested your name.
Yeah, we kill quested your name. You're right. Your name is
also not on the list.
Number 300.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah.
So with that,
thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Wait. I know a better way to end it. KonoSuba.
Next time on Quest for the Best, Pompo, the Cinephile.